Hi everybody, welcome to the career planning course, BUSN215. I'm your instructor, Carrie Shields, and I just wanted to give you a brief overview of how the course is laid out in the Centennial area. Since this is an online course, you'll be expected to spend 2 to 4 hours a week working on this course. Now, you will need to schedule time for yourself to work on the course and plan your time. Otherwise, you may forget about the course, and what will happen then is you won't be successful. So I want you to be successful. So please make sure on your calendar you actually schedule 2 hours to sit down and do the readings and to do the assignments for this course. This course is all about you. It's a lighter weighted course. It shouldn't take more than a few hours each week, but we want to make sure at Centennial College that you're developing a resume that's going to help you get a job. And so we're going to teach you how to develop a resume and do a job interview and a little soul searching about what type of job you want to do and what type of career you want to have and the skills that you possess currently, something we call transferable skills that can be transferred from one job to another. For example, customer service is one of those transferable skills. If you have any customer service experience or you have qualities where you interact with different people, you have interpersonal skills, problem-solving skills, conflict resolution skills. These are all called transferable skills that are really sought after in various different jobs. So those would be wonderful if you've built up some of those skills. And I would imagine that many of you have built up some of those skills simply through your program at Centennial College, if not also through work experience. Now, this career planning course usually comes in the program around semester 3. You could be taking it any semester, but I think it falls in semester 3 for most of the programs, which means you've only completed 2 semesters of your program. When we work in this course, you may want to imagine that you've completed the whole program. So when you fill out your resume, you can put down that you've studied certain courses or will be studying certain courses, over your program at Centennial College, because that will give you more concepts to think about what skills you'll have when you actually graduate. So let's take a look at the layout of the course. This is our opening screen, and the first thing you need to do is you log in and you start with the news announcements. I'll be posting news every week and I'll be emailing, so you'll need to check your email regularly. You'll need to log in and check the news area regularly to see what's going on, and you'll follow the weekly plan. There's a week-by-week guide listed in the course area. So the first thing says, let's get started. You're going to read this and you're going to watch this video, and then you're going to introduce yourself on the discussion board, and you're going to complete the course orientation quiz. Until you do those things, you won't see much in here. So the viewing of the weekly modules is turned off until you complete the course orientation quiz and introduce yourself on the discussion board. So you need to do both of those things first, and there's links here to do them. To do the course orientation quiz, first you need to read the Getting Started folder. So I'll show you that, and you will read, for example, you'll review the course outline so you understand everything that's going on in the course. I'll remind you about academic honesty and what that means, and not copying other people's work, in this case, not copying other people's resumes. So you'll want to review that Getting Started folder prior to doing the course orientation quiz, because you won't know the answers for the quiz unless you've read everything in the folder. The other thing I'd like to point out here is there is a calendar of due dates, and it's down the side. This calendar will always be there. What will happen is after a particular due date, like January 17, this date will go into the calendar and will no longer be shown on our main screen of our course, but you can find all the dates in the calendar by clicking on this calendar. And these are the upcoming dates, so it shows you upcoming due dates and what's happening in there. Now, once you introduce yourself and you read through the Getting Started folder here, so you're going to read Welcome to the Course, you're going to read the course outline, there's a little bit about me, the weekly schedule, assignment of due dates, Conducting yourself online. This is another important thing about just being professional when you are posting things on a discussion board online, and how to get a hold of your teacher, usually through email. I'll correspond with you through email, and if need be, we'll set up an online conference or a phone call if you have questions that are complicated and I can't answer them in an email. I will phone you, or I will set up a web conference like this where we can talk to each other online. So you want to read through these links, course policies, FAQs, etc. Read through these links, and then complete the course orientation quiz and do the introduction on the discussion board. Once you've done that, you will find that these other folders open up for you, the weekly learning modules, the assignments. So if I go into the weekly learning modules and we go to weeks 1 to 4, for the first 4 weeks of this course, we're really working on the concept of career planning. And if I open this up in career planning, there's an outline and we can read through it. So you have 4 weeks to work through this career planning lesson. And each week, I'll be posting tips and posting information about what we're working on in the news area. So you want to look for these videos each week. And again, set aside time, 2 to 4 hours, so that you can read this information. You can click on the links within the learning and learn more about those links and what they say and what career planning is. So the first step in career planning, many of you may have thought about this already because you're in a college program. So I think that you've probably given some thought to what you want to do. But as any person in life, we never really always know what we want to do or get that job we love right away. It takes time to figure out what we want to do, and through studying at colleges or universities, that helps us narrow in on what's of interest to us and what we're good at. So the first part of this course is really for you to give that some thought. Are you in the right program? What kind of jobs could you get after this program? What skills will you learn while you're in this program? And so on. So you're going to read what is career planning, what is it about. Now, in this lesson, I also mentioned that we have a career services and co-op office. And that career services office on the second floor at Progress Campus is there to help you with resume writing, with practicing interview skills, etc. Anything with job hunting, job searching. Through this course, you're going to be introduced to these concepts. You're going to create a resume. You're going to practice answering some interview questions. You're going to learn about cover letters. You're going to learn about job search. But then, you may not perfect those skills right away. This is your first introduction to it. But before you graduate, certainly you could stop into the careers office and book an appointment with a career counselor who can help you review your resume and take out any errors that might be there, help you practice job interviewing before you actually have to go on a job interview. Now, the first step we're going to do is we're going to make sure everybody registers for the Career Success Guide. This Career Success Guide is actually put together by the careers office that I just mentioned. And it has 4 modules, and we're going to use this as our textbook. Therefore, you do not need to buy a textbook. You will be reading through the lessons in the Career Success Guide as our textbook. And any other links that I post for you within our lesson, you will want to click on to learn more about whatever I am talking about in our lesson plan here. And then you'll be instructed to go over to the Career Success Guide, which you will be given instructions on how to register. It's in eCentennial as well. It's just another portal in eCentennial. And I will be asking you to read certain pages, like Module 1, you will read down through this. Now, remember, you have 4 weeks to read all of this. But again, don't put it off till the last week. Schedule 2 hours a week to sit down and do some of this reading and get it out of the way. Otherwise, you'll forget about this course because it's online. You need to be self-regulated. And you need to set that time for yourself and be, diligent about doing it. One of the things that we do in the first part here, self-assessment, is we're going to take an assessment called Type Focus. And Type Focus is going to be your first project or your first assignment. So I will post that in the course area under assignments, and you can see what the first assignment is. You don't want to do the first assignment, though, until you've done the reading in the Career Success Guide and the reading in our course area. And again, you have 4 weeks to do all of this reading and to get this assignment done. You will be using a tool called Type Focus, which is going to help you focus on personality types and career assessment resources that will ensure that your future career is bright. So it's going to assess your strengths, explore occupations. There's certain things that Type Focus does, and you'll learn about that more when you are reading through the Career Success Guide components. Now, students always ask me, in these modules in the Career Success Guide, the Careers Office built this portal, and they often have a survey at the back or a summary, sometimes a quiz. You do not need to do any of those components unless you would like to. So those components are really for your own self-assessment, I guess, and anything you do within the Career Success Guide, those grades or those quizzes go back to the Career Office. So they could touch base with you and help you with things. But really, it's not necessary for our course. All of the things that I will mark or grade will be posted in our own eCentennial course area. The Career Success Guide we are using simply as a textbook. We're going to read through it. You don't necessarily have to do any of the little activities in here, and you don't have to do the quizzes unless you wish to. For our purposes, you do need to complete whatever I'm asking you to complete for purposes of this course, which are usually at the bottom of the lesson plans. So assigned tasks, it says read through the Getting Started module, read through the Career Success Guide, module 1, blah, 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 module 2 a little bit, right? We're going to do some module 2. This is all during weeks 1 to 4, and then complete the career planning assignment, and by the due date that's posted in the calendar. So you have about 4 weeks to get used to this, to get yourself registered in the Career Success Guide, to read through what it means to do career planning, read a little bit about what Type Focus is, what do they mean with skills and strengths, and then research and explore. This comes up, and we're going to do a few of the elements in here about how do we start to look for certain jobs or research what we want to do. Some of this, as I said, you may have completed before registering in a college program, but maybe you haven't really given it much thought. So it's a good idea to take some time now and give that some thought. And so each week, just take a look at your table of contents after you've done your introduction, after you've done the orientation quiz. You will see the weekly learning modules. And again, it says weeks 1 to 4, we're working here. Weeks 5 to 7, we're working on the resume, and so on. So you will follow that through each week and email me if you get stuck or have questions. Make sure that you check your email regularly. Make sure that you're checking our career planning area of due dates and the news to see if I'm posting anything. You can see that your career planning assessment's worth 15% and it's due January 31. That's your first due date for this course. And you want to make sure, as I said, that you've done the reading in our course area as well as in the Career Success Guide before you complete the Type Focus project or assignment. Okay, everyone, best of luck. And remember, I'm only an email away. And of course, my information is all posted in the instructor information area on the first page of our course. Thank you.